Alright guys, finally some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's been a while, but we got a bunch all of a sudden, so I guess they've been saving up. So starting right off, these are coming out in 24 PP. Alright, so Synchro Panic is a brand new continuous trap card that says destroy this card during your third standby phase after activation. You can activate this card only if you are face of Synchro monster or monsters destroyed by battle or an opponent's effect by targeting one of them. Oh, it's very specific. But it says special summon one tuner and any number of non-tuners from your graveyard whose total level equals that monster's. The special summon monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects during this turn, but then it has effect of neither player can synchro summon. Okay, that's a quite interesting card considering it's a continuous. So like you activate it, whatever you just lost out on, that gets to come back, but it does have to specifically target one of them. But it does say by battle or by a card effect. So I'd say like the condition's okay, but then they may, if you added this card via another effect, I don't know if there's something to search this thing out, but then you can't go into anything. I'm assuming if you're playing a synchro deck, unless you have some other way of doing something really weird with this, it could still be technically used. You can still go into link summons. You could still use it for other alternative ways. But I think it's an okay-ish card. But I think just traps in general, after you've already synchroed, I mean, that should mean that you have already kind of a edge on your opponent, and then setting this and waiting and banking off of like you already losing out the monster. I think it's just kind of like mediocre compared to, you know, what this needs to be able to keep up with the meta. Anyways, next up we have Sacrifice Level Up, which is a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. So you're targeting seed monster you control, banish 2 of its materials, and if you do special summon from your extra deck, one Xyz monster that is 1 rank higher than the monster you control, but it can't attack this turn. If this was a quick play, it'd have a little bit more potential, and you also don't get to attach this as material, so then you just lose out on the material. But if it's another card that you can rank up and then slap extra cards on top of it, I still wish it was a quick play, and the fact that you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn really does technically hurt it. But the fact that you also have to banish 2 of the materials, it makes it worse, because usually you want the materials to not be banished, but maybe there's some other support in these newer cards that will make this actually worth it. Next up though, this is 2 newer cards called the Electrodes, I guess. I don't know if this is a new archetype, but we got Electrode Beast Cathlon, which is a light thunder effect, level 2, 300 attack, 100 defense, and it says you can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. The first part is, if it's normal summon, you get to activate this effect. Can't special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn except for light Xyz monsters. Also add 1 Electrode Beast Anyon from your, Electrode Beast Anyon. Okay, so it's another card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you get to normal summon 1 level 4 lower thunder monster. Alright, there we go, playing this in blats. The second part is you can target 1 other thunder monster you control. This card's level becomes the same level as that monster's until the end of the turn. Because it's like a seed deck maybe. Then we have Electro Beast Anyon, which is the card that you search out with the other one. So it's light thunder, level 2, 300, and 100. You can only use this card's name first and second effects once per turn each. This card is normal summon. You can make this card become level 4. Then you can add 1 Spirit Converter from your... What is Spirit Converter? Because there's this it for like these cards. Let's see if there's anything else. Go ahead and open up YuGiOh Pro. Okay, so what is this card? I've never heard. Oh, Spirit Converter. Once per target a 1 Xyz monster you control, attach 1 face up level 4 light monster you control to that target as material. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you target 2 level 4 thunder type monsters with the same name in your graveyard and add that as target count. Oh, this is a continuous too. Okay, that is very interesting. But this card has to be sent from the field to the graveyard. Interesting. And then the second part is you can target 1 other card you control, send both this card and that card to the graveyard if you draw 1 card. Okay, so that card adds this card, you summon it, and then you get to search out the other card, and then you send them. So you just get to have this 1 card for free, and maybe it changes this level. I mean, it's still plus, but it requires a lot of steps. And this is only when it's normal, so that is using your normal summon too. All right, next up, Earthbound Support. So it says, it's called Earthbound Resonance, which says it's a continuous trap card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So a monster special summon from the extra deck is destroyed by a card effect. You can target 1 of them. Each player takes damage equal to half of the attack it had in the field. Wait, attack it that had it on the field. Ooh, hold on. You could boost cards up to ridiculous attack. What is that like? What's that? Oh, is it armor tile? I don't even know how they spell it. They spell it with like a Y, right? It's some like fusion monster, right? It has like 10,000 attack. Let me see if I can like find it. It was a Chaos Phantom. That's what I was thinking. So it gains 10,000 attack during your turn only. But it says, I don't know if you can like get this out like another way. I think there's probably some other card that brings this out, right? Chaos Phantom. Let me see if there's any card that has that text. I'm pretty sure that there's an easy way to get this out, right? Let's see. How many of you are banished? Special one, light or dark synchro monster. Okay. If there's a way to get this out, does this have 10,000? Okay, hold on. Here we go. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card control was changed this turn, you get to banish all cards you control. Then the owner of this card gets to special summon one of them from the extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay. Okay, I give this to my opponent, and then the end phase I get it, and then the next battle phase. Okay, if you can somehow get this card out a little bit easier, and then have this effect activate. It says attack that it had on the field. So maybe it would have to be during that like battle phase or something. Nonetheless, if it works, it works. But nonetheless, each player takes damage. So that means you just have to heal up, get those Moonray Curries ready, and you can indeed do that. I don't know. I think it's kind of memes. I think trap cards in general in Yu-Gi-Oh, unless it's like you can activate from the hand, like it's just so mediocre. Anyways, when your Dark Synchro monster special summon from the extra deck is targeted for an attack, you target one card on the field and destroy it. It has to be Dark Synchro. First, I was like, okay. Yeah, I don't know, is it supposed to be Red Dragon Archfiend support? I don't know, there's like newer fire stuff for that. Anyways, next up we have the Electro Gunner. This is a new archetype too, the Electros. Oh no, okay. Some new machines coming out. Electro Gunner's a fire machine effect, level 4, 1800, 1400. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. First part is if you normal special summon a fire monster, you can just special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send one level 8 pyro monster from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, if a spell card is activated, you can make all fire monsters you control gain 300 attack. Next up we have Division, which is a fire effect, level 2, 200, 200. It says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First part is you contribute all face-up Division special summon machine tokens, machine fire level 1, attack and defense 200, up to twice the number of tributed. Each time one is destroyed, your opponent takes 500 damage. If this card becomes banished, you can target any number of tokens you control and destroy them. Okay. I'm not sure how viable this option is, just only like 500. Alright, next up though, we have some Synchro Support. Looks like Synchro Creed, which is a normal spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. So it says if a Synchro monster is on the field, you get to draw one card. Then, or if there are 3 or more Synchro monsters on the field, you can draw one more card. Okay, so this could actually be like, it is definitely like a win harder card for sure if you are playing Synchros, because if you already have 3 Synchros and you're getting Pot of Greed, yeah, you could maybe extend your combos, but more likely you're going to get interrupted, and having 3 of these is terrible because if you draw multiple and you can't combo off, then you lose harder. So what I would say that this deck, or this card could actually be used for, is a side deck against maybe a Synchro player, and you go second, and then it's just as if a Synchro monster's on the field, right? So if your opponent goes and they're playing a Synchro deck and they Synchro summon a bunch of cards, this is like anti-Synchro stuff. You just get a Pot of Greed, basically, right? Granted, it is only like a once per turn. Like, I don't know why they added this card effect to it, but if they didn't, then it would just make the Synchros go out of control if they are already winning. I mean, if you Synchro summon 3 times, I'm pretty sure your opponent basically loses at that point, right? Unless you're going to hit him up with a Nibiru, it's not going to be good. So I think that you are either winning harder or it's like anti-Synchro. But I only really see it used in maybe the side deck. Next up though, we have Gathering Light, which is a continuous spell card that says you can banish 1 monster you control and 1 power tool Synchro monster, or 1 level 8 or level 7 or 8 Synchro monster in your graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Then level 7 or higher Synchro monster you control gain 4 attack for each of your banished level 7 or higher Synchro monsters. Third effect is once per turn, if you have banished a Synchro monster when an opponent monster declares an attack, you can negate the attack. Like, what is this, like, Power Tool and, like, Stardust Dragon support in 2023? They are absolutely insane to be releasing this kind of stuff. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to see them try, but, you know, it's like, this, like, what? I mean, it is a continuous, right? And, like, this, it could boost it up a little bit. No, it's just bad, man. It's just bad. But, like, if I could just... It's banishing a monster we control, and then we get to negate an attack. I just... And a power tool Synchro monster. So I have to banish 2? Alright, let's go to the next card. Alright, next up is just called Oil. Alright, normal spell card that says you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. Target up to 2 level 4 or lower fire monsters with different names in your graveyard and add them to your hand. Okay, that's actually a good card. It's like the first card I think out of all of these, and I'm like, okay, that's actually not that bad. All right, so that's the best card out of all of them. Like, there was a mega amount of new cards that came out of nowhere. I'm glad we finally got them because, well, I haven't uploaded in a while, but it's good to be back. Hopefully we'll get some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards that actually get gameplay of. Like, none of this stuff seems really exciting to get gameplay of. Maybe this could be a +1, and maybe someone will figure out how to use it. It is technically a +1. Anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like if you're new here, and subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out on more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.